Hey friends, it's Tracy. Welcome to today's video. It's a special one because I'm bringing you more Christmas crafting and inspiration in this video. I'm also participating in the DIY Mystery Box Challenge, which is hosted by Courtney of Creative on the Cheap. And this month's co-host is Shannon from the Cozy Christmas Cottage, who is also the Daily DIYer. Now, guys, I will have more information linked in the description box because there's a lot to kind of unpack in this. I'm going to have to unpack this box, but there's a lot of information. And so you'll be hearing the kind of repetitiveness of it. So just check out the description box for all of the playlist, the channels, all of that good stuff, the mystery box of voting and all of that good stuff. So my Christmas box went to Jennifer of A Little Bit of Common Crazy. And then I got my box from Kristen K. And so I'm excited to see what is in here. I'm going to open that here in a few minutes and show you what Kristen sent to me. I want to share with you this month's theme is Christmas, and items for the box were 1 to 6 items we needed to send was our choice from anywhere, any store. Sometimes the theme is certain stores, but this was any store. And then we were supposed to send a light bulb, wrapping paper, and then there are 2 challenge items. One is an ornament, and then the box is also a challenge item. So we're going to see what we come up with that. And then there's a twist or 2. And this twist 1 is to celebrate 5 years of the mystery box. You must craft with a birthday candle. And then the second twist is a random act of kindness. And so that is what our challenge is for this month of December for the mystery box, is just to do random acts of kindness. So I'll share later on in the video of what I've done for the random acts of kindness. And so also I challenge you, this season, what you can do to do some random acts of kindness and just brighten up our world and just put a smile on people's face. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this box that Kristen sent me, and then I'll have to get my thinking cap on of what I'm going to do for this DIY mystery box challenge. Okay, let's open this up. Card from Kristen. I'm excited. Been following Kristen for many, many years. Big fan. Tracy, I was so excited to see that I would get you to send a box. I hope you and your family has an amazing holiday. Love, Kristen. P.S. The box is too easy for you, but I can't wait to see what you make. You're sweet. Thank you, Kristen. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dig in here and let's see what Kristen sent me. Okay, so this is... She has them all labeled. Oh, so nice. Thanks, Kristen. Okay, number 1 Sender's Choice are these little, they look like felt stickers. Very cute. Very cute. All right. This is so exciting. All right, so this is Sender's Choice number 2. Sorry, Jennifer, I didn't do this for you. Anyway, this is some little wood garland in the green and red and natural bead theme. So cute. Wheels are already starting to turn. Okay, this is the third one, number 3. Look at that, farm fresh Christmas trees. Oh my goodness, girl, you find some nice things. All right. So, man, you're good. Okay, this is number 4. It's a snow drift kind of decorative snow sheet. Okay, so we need to create as many DIYs with this. Okay, so this is number 5. Girl, you know the way to my heart. Oh, yes. Let's see, what size are these? These are plywood circles, 6.5 inches. That is the way to my heart. And then this one is the number 6. With the little wooden tags. Girl, you know me so well. Oh, you know me so well. Okay, and then so that's 1 through 6. So then the 7th item is a light bulb, and she was so kind and sent me a plastic light bulb. I think I sent Jennifer a real light bulb. Sorry. Anyway, you can, if you don't want to DIY with it, just use it in your living room. Anyway. Okay. And then the 8th item is wrapping paper. So look at this cool wrapping paper. It has a little snowman on it. All right. So then the challenge item is, let me put all of this back and then I'll open up the challenge item and we must DIY with that. Okay, and so then the challenge item is in this burlap bag. Girl, you know the way to my heart. Oh, yes. Look at this. Kristen, you did me so good, girl. Look, it already has snow in it, so I need to craft with that. And then also the 10th item is, or the 10th thing is, the challenge item is the box. So I can do some stuff with that box. My first project is a mini Christmas riser using those plywood circles and the wooden colorful beaded garland. Now there are 6 of these wooden circles in that pack, but I'm going to be using 4 of them. I'm going to be gluing 2 of them together to make it a bit thicker for my riser. And so I'm also, for the legs, I used some wooden candlesticks that I had in my stash. I just took some Tight Bond wood glue and glued those circles together using my little clamps to hold them while they dry. And once the glue was dry, I just sanded off any of the extra around the outside of the circles. I gave it a good coat of drop cloth paint by Dixie Belle. And then I'm going to work on my legs. These wooden candlesticks came from Hobby Lobby. And so I pulled 3 of them out. I was going to use the fern chalk paint, but that wasn't the green color I was going for, so I switched over to my Holly Green by Americana, and that paint color matched perfectly for my little riser. I added a little bit of dry brushing to them just to kind of break up the color on it a little bit, and then I'm going to use that Tight Bond wood glue just to glue those legs on the bottom of my stand. I put a heavy book on there so that they would adhere very nicely. And then I just use my Tight Bond glue just to glue the wooden garland all the way around. Now I was in a hurry to do this and wasn't realizing that, girl, you need to paint the sides of the little wooden slats because that was just bare wood. So I go ahead and paint the sides of that little riser so that it all matches in together. And then I did put something strong on there to hold it while it dries. And then I'm going to use some burlap acrylic paint and my fan brush. And then I'm just going to make my faux plaid pattern, what I like to do just on the top of this little mini Christmas riser. Next project are my Joy snow trees using the decorative snow blanket that was in my box. So I just cut out a square of that, and then the styrofoam trees are some that I had on hand, and those came from Hobby Lobby. And so I just glue the snow blanket to the trees, just getting the look that I want. Then for the wood bottom, I had some wood slices on hand, so I just figure out which ones I like like to look for these little trees and just glue those to the bottom as well. Then for the gingham bow, I just had some ribbon on hand that I liked, and so I just made small bows for the top and just added those to the top. Now for the joy tags, I just used those wooden tags that were in my box and just painted them white, the background white, and then for just kind of to break up the background a bit, I just added some antique white striping on it, and then hand lettered the letters JOY just with my flat paintbrush, adding my little happy dots and my little white swooshes in it to highlight and make my letters pop a little bit. And then once I get those letters all or the tags all finished, then I decided I want to go ahead and attach these to my tree, but I wanted those beads because they're just natural wood. I wanted it to match the beads that were on my tray, and so I just painted one bead red and one bead green, and I think it just really makes these little tags pop. This is what I did with the light bulb project. Now, I was so excited when I found the plastic light bulb in my box, and I knew I was going to turn it into a snowman. So I took off the little hook at the top, and then I'm giving it a base coat of white. I don't know why I do this. That is just something that I do. And then I just go back over it with a coat of drop cloth on there because I'm country and I love the rustic country look of my projects. And so once that's dried, then I just take a stencil brush and coral acrylic paint and then just give some little cheeks for my snowman. Then I'm going to work on the eyes, and I start with a black marker first. I like the more almond shape. If you've been following me for any length of time and you've seen me do my little character faces, I like the more almond shapes where they kind of tilt and they touch at the top. And so then I take my black paint and go back and fill all of that in. Then I'm going to use just a detailing brush and just add some little stripes to the cheeks. I do this before I add my nose because I don't want to work around the nose. And I like to shade my projects, and this is something that you'll see me do when I'm doing my painted projects. As I say, the beauty is in the details, and it just really makes my projects pop. I put a lot of little detailing in my little characters, and so using some little detailing brushes are it's something that really helps in doing that. And then for that shading, I just use a flat brush and some paint, some water. Those blue paper towels, I just blend on the paper towel just to give me just a place to blend on that. And then now I'm just taking a round brush and some orange paint, and then just kind of making my nose like that, just going back and forth. Everything is just coming together so nicely for this little sweet little snowman ornament. Then for his mouth, I am just taking the end of a paintbrush, and this paintbrush it had a rounded curve. And so I just took my sanding block and just sanded that smooth so that sanded it flat so that it would make me the circles for his mouth. And then now I'm just taking some sea spray, which is an additive by Dixie Belle. It just adds a little bit of texture for my paint, and I'm using drop cloth by Dixie Belle. I'm just mixing that up. And then I'm going to add that to around around my snowman, and I didn't do this first because I wanted to paint my face and I didn't want the texture on there to be bumpy, so I just waited to the end to do this, and then I'm just using a brush just to paint that on and then adding some glitter to make it sparkle. I know a lot of my friends do not like glitter, but I do not mind it. I love glitter, and I like the glitter that once I put it on and it stays. I don't want glitter all over my craft table or anything like that, but I do love the sparkle of the glitter. And then I'm just using my little black marker just to add some kind of outline for my nose and on the cheeks and stuff, and then adding some little white dots or white swooshes to his mouth. Then I'll paint the rest of the ornament and decorate it with a sweet little piece of homespun fabric. And this little snowman ornament is so super cute. Next project is using the Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign that was in my box, and I knew that it would look great on a wreath. So what I'm going to do first is prepare my sign, and how I like to do that is I have these 1-inch cable ties and some pipe cleaners. I attach it to the back of the sign with some E6000 as well as hot glue. Adhere the pipe cleaners, set that to the side so that can dry while I work on my wreath. All right, so this is a 14-inch wire frame from the Dollar Tree, and it has 4 rings around it. And so what I'm going to be doing is using the 2 rings that are from the inside, like in the middle. And so this 10-inch mesh is some that I had from Hobby Lobby, and I cut that at 18 inches. I'm going to be rolling over the edges and then just gathering it in the middle. And then I'm going to be attaching it around the inner 2 rings. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to make what they call a pancake wreath, which is a little bit thinner, and so it's not so fluffy. And this is for someone who would have a storm door or something like that, where it would fit in between those doors. That is always a big request, and so I wanted to share that idea for something that can be a little bit smaller if you don't want a big wreath. And then for the inner ring, I do the same thing, is add some 10-inch deco mesh on there. I cut that deco mesh at 18 inches, and then I'm going to work on my ribbon. I like to use a 2.5-inch ribbon as well as 1.5-inch ribbon and make my bundles. I bend over the edges and cut them into a V, kind of calling that dovetailing. And so I have my ribbon bundles ready to go. Just alternate them in the burlap mesh as well as the green mesh, just putting those in that pipe cleaner, and until I get all the way around, just alternating one and then the other. And I do go ahead and cut off those pipe cleaners and then make sure that all of my ribbon tails are all nice and laid out nicely. And so this is what I mean about a pancake wreath. That's why it's called a pancake wreath, because it's flat like a pancake and it fits in between those storm doors. And so then I attach my Christmas tree sign. I attach it just there to the frame. Then I just pulled out some greenery, pine greenery that I got from Amazon, and some red berries, and then just attach it to this wreath. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love this Christmas tree Farm Fresh sign that was in my box. And of course, I had to make a Christmas wreath. The next project is a snowman ornament using the wrapping paper from my box. The wood ornaments are from Hobby Lobby. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out one of those snowmen. I just did a fussy cut, not too precise, just something to cut it out around the edges. And then what I'm going to do for the ornament is I gave it a coat of blue paint. I wish I would have added just a dot of black in there so that it would make it a little bit darker, but it was okay. I'm going to add some Mod Podge, and then that is how I'm going to attach this little snowman to my ornament. I sand around the edges just with my little finger sander. Then I'm going to kind of mimic the snowflakes or the little dots that are in the wrapping paper. So I just do that by using my stylus and just adding some white paint to make some little snowflakes. And later I'm going to go ahead and make some actual snowflakes with my paintbrush. Then to kick it up a notch and just kind of make it more dimensional, I'm just using my stickle paints that is like glitter glue. And so I use all of the colors, just some iridescent crystal, icicles, some red on the little cardinal, black on the hat, orange for the nose, green for the scarf, just some brown for the stick of the little snowman hands. And then I thought that it needed a little bit more glitter for his face, for his hat, but then that glitter kind of stuck to his head, but really it's okay. I took my paintbrush and tried to get some of it off, but some of it came off but most of it didn't, but that's okay. And I think that he just turned out adorable, and you can just make so many of these sweet little wrapping paper ornaments for everyone in your family. Next up is my box challenge project. So this is the box that my supplies came in. So I'm just taking off the flaps. I'm going to be using those a little bit later. Then I'm going to measure out about 2 inches and cut the sides down 2 inches. So I'm left with a box like this. And then I'm going to wrap it with this rustic Christmas holly paper that I had on hand. I got this from the Dollar Tree, the plus section. It was $3. And I just cut it and glued it with my glue, just wrapping it around the sides and the back so that everything looks really nice and finished. For the inside of the box, I pulled out my winter berry paper pad that I got from Hobby Lobby and then found the sheets that I wanted. This is an 8.5 by 11. So I had to finagle them so that they would fit inside the box. Okay, for my trees, these are the flaps that I cut off of my box. And so what I'm doing is ripping it so that some of that corrugation is showing for my trees. And then I'm going to rip them into the shape of the tree the best that I can. And then I'm going to paint each of these up with pine green acrylic paint and let that dry. Then what I do is go back with antique white and just do a little bit of dry brush on the tree just to kind of give it some interest and break up the color where it's not so, green. And then I go in with my black distressing ink around the edges just to give it a little bit of depth for that. Then I add some adhesive spray in my glitter just to make them sparkle. Then to decorate the trees, I have the rusty stars as well as some pip berries that I'm going to be wrapping around the trees, adding a star to the top. And these trees are looking so rustic and festive. To start assembling my trees inside my box, I pulled out these large tumbling tower blocks that I had on hand. Now I got a can of these. Walmart was clearancing out some of their games a couple of years ago, and I picked up a can of those for only $3.50. And so I'm gonna, before I put my trees in there, I want to take some of that decorative snow blanket and just just position pieces of that in there where it looks like so there's some snow that is in this forest. And so then I attach those tumbling tower blocks to the back of my tree because I need that for stability as well as a little bit of dimension to pop it up a bit. And so then I add a little bit of that snow blanket to the bottom of those smaller trees because those are going to be in the front, and just gluing that there. And then for just to add some of the candy cane belt stickers that were in my box, I pulled out those and just kind of they have a sticky on the back, so I just attached those to several of the trees as well as the back of the box just for added interest. This project is using the ornament that was in my box. And now this one I think is so super cute already. I didn't want to change it, but I guess I needed to spruce it up a little bit. And so all I can really think of is to take off the stuff at the top, that pine cone, the berries, and the garland. I just use my heat tool and just my little scraper just to get that off of there, as well as the hanger. And so I'm going to pull out my velvet red ribbon, and I'm just going to make a bow to go at the top. Then I'm also going to be using the green holly felt stickers that were in my box, and I just adhere those to the sides. And then at the bottom, I just have two of the holly and just cut off one of them so that it would lay really nicely. Here is my take on the twist, which is a must craft with a birthday candle. Now, I decided to mark the occasion of the 5th birthday of the Mystery Box Challenge by creating a sweet little ornament for my Christmas tree. Now, I designed all of this in Cricut Design Space and cut it out on iron-on vinyl or just regular vinyl. I also used just some stickers for the birthday candle to turn the 5 into a birthday candle, and I just really love how all of this turned out. I also used just some paint to paint the around the edge of my ornament, as well as add some glitter, some stickles, some glitter glue, some little gems, and just make this where it looks like the birthday candle is busting out of the box because it's so excited to be a part of the 5th birthday of the Mystery Box Challenge. And I am just so honored and blessed to be included in this lineup of fantabulous creators that I have followed for many, many years. And we are just so blessed that we have so many viewers that love the Mystery Box Challenge, just to see each and every other month of what Courtney and her co-hosts put together and create. And I am just honored and blessed to be here included with all of these fabulous creators. And friends, Kelly Barlow from Kelly Barlow Creations was going to be included in this lineup this time, but she has suffered a horrendous heartbreak to her family. And so we definitely want to keep her and her family in our thoughts and prayers. Now for twist number 2, which is the random acts of kindness. Now, Courtney has put together some valuable information. This is Join the 12 Days of Random Acts of Kindness Challenge. And so there will be a link in the description box that you can have this. You can download it to your computer or save it to your phone or something like that so that you can see it. Or she does have some different ideas here. Man, these are just absolutely phenomenal. And so I have actually done a couple of these. One of the best things that I did was a couple of weeks ago, I bought breakfast for our priest and our deacon of our church. We just happened to be there at the same time. And so it was very heartwarming that we could buy them breakfast. And then recently I put together some ornaments and some gingerbread can decorations just to give to some of our customers just to say thank you. We appreciate your business and shopping with us, and those are always a big hit. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I appreciate you all. Remember, check out the description box below because there will be a link for the playlist as well as all of the other information so that you don't miss out on anyone's video. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day and Merry Christmas.